Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Do me a favor, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully you'll like the video. Today's video, I want to talk about this movie, Sonic the Hedgehog, that everybody keeps talking about. This movie, it looks pretty ridiculous, to say the least. But you have to remember that it is a kid's movie. And me personally, I don't really care either way. I definitely wouldn't go to the movies to see a Sonic the Hedgehog movie unless my kids were begging me to go. I do really enjoy Sonic. I grew up with Sonic the Hedgehog. I have my own, past with Sonic the Hedgehog, let's say. It does mean something special to me in a way, not the movie, the game. And the reason that Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie, or the game, means anything to me is when I was 12 years old when it came out. I was in a accident on a mini bike, and I ruptured my spleen. And the doctors were hoping, since I was so young, that they would be able to save my spleen, and I would just kind of heal. Because when you're young, you heal pretty good. So instead of getting my spleen removed and going through a surgery, I actually had to sit it out, and hopefully the internal bleeding would stop, which was extremely painful to say the least. But the internal bleeding eventually did stop, and I was just in a lot of pain. I wound up being in the hospital for about 2 weeks. Now, at the time, I had a launch Sega Genesis with the Altered Beast game, which I really liked. It was real cool at the time. I was super excited to get it. So when Sonic came out, I was like, "Wow, this is great! I gotta have this. This is awesome." But my parents, they didn't have a ton of money, so they're, like, there was no, nothing coming up, no birthdays or anything like that. So it was kind of like, "Hey, you need to start saving your money if you want this game." Well, I was 12. I didn't really have a job. So, I think I would do some odd chores and stuff and some odd jobs and, made a little bit of money here and there, but nothing, substantial to buy like a $60 game. When this happened to me laying up in the hospital like I was, my parents, they wanted to surprise me. So I think I had maybe like $20 saved or something. And when I was in the hospital, I was playing, they had a Sega Master System for any of the kids that were there to play. So I would play Sega Master System when I was in the hospital, and I was having a good time playing that, but it wasn't like the Genesis. So when my parents showed up the one day, they had something for me. Yeah, it was Sonic the Hedgehog, and God, I was so excited. I couldn't wait. They brought my system. I hooked that bad boy up to the hospital CRT TV that they had, and I was playing Sonic the Hedgehog for like the next week and a half. And let me tell you, it was awesome. 12-year-old War Train was, as happy as possibly could be. And that was a fantastic memory of Sonic, of my parents, and it shows you even when things are bad, great things can happen. So that was awesome. But getting back to the movie, Sonic is really strange looking. They did a really weird job on the CG. It looks pretty lousy. It doesn't look like Sonic. They were going for something sort of real. I mean, it is a live action movie. And then they have Jim Carrey, which, I don't know, he was a big star in the 90s and early 2000s, but I think now he's a bit washed up. His comedy's kind of played out. He still has a lot of fans. A lot of people still like him. I mean, his comedy is a little off, but, he was good in some movies. I enjoyed years back, but I could really care less now. Him as Dr. Robotnik, okay, whatever. It works. It's Jim Carrey. He does all these weird, these weird things to Grinch and, all this stuff. Ace Ventura, that was cool when it came out. But, I guess he'll pull this off. I wouldn't be surprised if he pulled this off. You know, but Sonic's got to hold this movie. And I don't know if Sonic can hold the movie because there's so much backlash already. Everybody is, you know, just trashing this thing on the internet. I mean, it's ridiculous. Every time I turn on a video, it's Sonic the Hedgehog. You know, and my kids, they're excited for it. My son is like, yeah, it's awesome, you know, and to him it is great, you know. Hey, that's fine. You know, I'm sure he'll totally enjoy the movie. My daughter, I actually mentioned it today, and she was excited. She was like, oh, I got to check out the video. So I'm sure she would like it too. But she would agree that Sonic definitely looks pretty weird. You know, but I just wanted to show you what Sonic actually looked like. If you haven't seen the trailer for the movie, I'll just show a couple shots of it. But you know, let me know what you guys think. I mean, I figured I would, you know, throw it in a video because it is still game related, and then maybe I'll do some gameplay of what I consider the best Sonic game to date, which is Sonic Mania. So, you know, let's check out Sonic the movie, Sonic, which is freaky looking. So here we go, guys. We got this freaky Sonic. You got this guy, which he was in a movie with an Easter Bunny. He was also Cyclops, you know, which, hey, that's cool, but yeah. This movie is really strange looking. I mean, look at him. Somebody made the reference of he looked like Gene Simmons from the back. And he kind of does. Looks like he's going to go do a damn workout.
An energy surge knocked down power across the entire Pacific Northwest. This needs someone who can figure out exactly what we're dealing with. You're not suggesting.
Well, yeah, this is really odd. And here you got Robotnik here. You know, who knows what the deal is with that? He looks strange.
I'm wrong. I'm in charge.
And this comedy, this is so played out.
In a sequentially ranked hierarchy based on level of critical importance, the disparity.
He's too skinny, shave his damn head.
The doctor thinks you're basic.
Like I said, I'm not going to see this movie. I'll watch it probably when it comes on like Netflix or something. And this part right here. Okay, guys, I had to show this right here. This says it all. Look at that. It's just odd looking. The CG looks strange. Definitely, I guess they were going for some kind of real look. That doesn't look real, and it's like if you're gonna go like, you know, with something like this, just go all out and make it like cartoony looking even more, because it definitely looks like a cartoon. Look at his eyes; they're all, you know, they're just so fake looking. It just don't look right. The teeth, I don't think they should have had the teeth like that. You can see his tongue. It's just weird. Just everything about his body and his head just look weird. When we first seen the screenshots, that was bad enough. And, you know, with the amount of backlash they had, you think they would have did something to just change it a little. But they didn't do nothing, and this is what we got. So hopefully my kids, they won't know much of a difference. Like I said, maybe my daughter will, but you know, this is going to be an interesting movie. It's going to definitely be watched by a lot of people just because so many people have their eyes on it because it is so freaky looking. And it is. Hopefully they definitely should, you know, change the way Sonic looks before the movie comes out. They have time to do it. I think they do anyway. I believe it comes out in the fall. But they got some work to do. But, you know, this don't hold up to the game that I want to play. Forget about this movie. It's all about the game. Because that's where this came from. This came from the game from '92 that I played as a kid that my parents brought me. So I'm going to show you guys some gameplay of Sonic Mania. Alright guys, well, This is Sonic Mania. This game is fantastic. Definitely blows away anything that movie could ever do. This is what they should have based the movie off of, a Sonic like this. A Sonic with gloves. Sonic with some big old eyeballs. Even though I don't really care what the Sonic looks like on the movie. But this is a great game. This game came out in 2016, I believe. No, wait, this game came out in 2017, and it wasn't produced by the regular Sega people. But this game is fantastic. Alright, let's get to some gameplay. So this ain't quite the first Sonic game, but I believe this is almost better. It's like they took the elements of the first Sonic game and made it a lot better. Alright, let's get to the game mode. Alright, main menu, yes. Okay, let's see, we'll start a new one. Start at the Green Hill Zone. So, you can tell this game's really reminiscent of the first few Sonic games. And it really captures that 16-bit style in a new era. If you don't have this game, you should go pick it up immediately. Especially if you're even a tiny bit of a Sonic fan. This game is out for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, so you can get it on any system. I'm actually playing the Nintendo Switch version. And it's cool because you can play it in handheld. This game is super responsive. And they nailed it. The game runs at 60 frames a second. And you got this spin dash move, which is pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah. So they added the spin dash to Sonic 1 on the Nintendo Switch, part of the Sega Ages collection. That's pretty neat. It's pretty neat to see people speedrun these games. Ain't gonna catch me doing that, but it's pretty cool. Now, the one thing about Sonic was when it came out, it was directly competing against Super Mario Brothers. And it definitely held its own because of the speed of the game. What Sega called blast processing, which is actually a thing, but from what I understand, they didn't really utilize it back then. So it was just a buzzword. And you have your secrets, just like in the original Sonic games. I always had a hard time with these bonus stages. This one, I believe you gotta keep getting coins for time or something. Yeah, this is definitely a fun game to play. Great game if you have kids. The kids definitely like playing this. And even though it's a modern game, I mean, it looks like they had this on the Sega. Like this could be a Sega Saturn game. Definitely a little above and beyond what the Sega Genesis could handle, but I could see maybe this game possibly running on Sega Genesis or Sega Saturn, possibly. Definitely Dreamcast. That was another great console, the Sega Dreamcast. Very underrated. It was like one of the first consoles to have like almost perfect arcade ports of games. Yeah, back when the Dreamcast came out, I actually had a friend let me borrow his console. I couldn't even believe it. Maybe he was just too busy playing the PlayStation 2 at the time. But I was like, yeah, sure. And there were some awesome games that he had. Soul Calibur and Sega Bass Fishing with a fishing pole that vibrated. And back then, that was like, phew, that was awesome. It was like an arcade experience. Let's see. Green Hill Zone. Never get tired of the Green Hill Zone. Such a great looking first board. And this one, there's so many paths in this. It's like you almost don't know where to go. Whoop. Let's see. Alright, come on, Robotnik. Oh! Get some coins. Oh, come on. Oh, I have no coins. Can't die on the first boss. Are you kidding? Oh my goodness. Oh no. I thought I was a goner there. There we go. I was gonna say, wow. Oh my god, he's still coming. Alright, I gotta get him again. So he's doing this bounce thing now. Alright. Whew. How many times I gotta hit this fool? Alright, I think that's it. Alright, there we go. Yeah, Jim Carrey definitely doesn't look like this Robotnik, I can tell you that. This guy's fat. He's got the huge mustache down. You know, Jim Carrey had like a curly mustache, not quite a big bushy one like this guy. Yeah, I keep calling him Robotnik because I know him as that. To anybody younger, I guess Eggman. Guess that's what you guys call him now. I'll never get used to that. Yeah, they finally, probably about a year ago now, came out with a physical edition of this. This is actually the digital edition I'm playing right now, but I do own the physical version of this on the Nintendo Switch as well, which is really cool because it looks like a, if you flip the artwork, it looks like a Sega Genesis cover, I believe. Alright, what do we do here? There we go. See, there's that spin dash attack that you can do in this one. Any secrets? No. Yeah, there's a lot more animations in this versus the older Sonic games too. But as far as I'm concerned, this reminds me of the first Sonic. This board especially. Oh, that's the thing with these boards. They always sneak up with spikes or, you know, throw a random, like that, random crab in there. I always got nailed by one of them. I wouldn't be surprised if I hit one right there. But so many, like, just hidden areas in this. You would probably play this board 5 different times and go 5 different ways. Wow, this game looks great. And the boards all seem to, you know, have throwbacks to the older Sonic games. Sonic 1, 2, 3, I believe Sonic 6, or Sonic CD. Oh man, what was that? Oh, he's throwing bombs at me. Ah, I forget how to beat this dude. Oh boy. Definitely gotta keep one coin. Uh-oh. Alright. Did we get him? Alright. I guess he ain't coming back this time. Alright, come here. Let's let all the animals free here. Come on. Alright, good job. Good job, Tails. Alright, got through Act 2. But yeah, this is one of these like iconic first stages out of like gaming history. Most people that know anything about gaming know, you know, the beginning stages of a Sonic game. And Dr. Eggman, I'll say that. Eggman, not Robotnik. He did some kind of weird thing there. I don't know what that was all about. But this game, this is a great game. It's super fast. It gets really challenging in some parts too. Like later, I guess you fight like a Metal Sonic or whatever. And man, that was a pretty hard battle. Definitely a lot of fun though. It took me a lot of tries. Like I said, I'm not the greatest gamer, but I have fun playing these games. Thing is, you just gotta keep at these old style games. There's like so many paths, it's so easy to get confused. And the one thing I always had a hard time with was these underwater boards with Sonic. Because he can only breathe for so long and you gotta get these air bubbles. And with these blocks especially that move, I don't know how many times I've seen the death screen. Oh. There we go. This stuff's cool. You can actually, like, I guess, push which way you want to go on some of those, like, I don't know what, those tubes that you're shooting through. But these blocks right here, like, just like that, I don't know how many times I've seen the game over screen because of those damn blocks on this board. And in the original Sonic game, the board with the same kind of blocks, man, it gets me every time. It's like, you know, you get all these Sega collections or whatever for all these different systems, and they never have Sonic 3. Supposedly Sonic 3, there's issues because Michael Jackson made some of the music, and there's like all these copyright issues, so you always see Sonic 1 and 2, but you know, you don't usually see Sonic 3. Oh my goodness. But yeah, what do you guys think about this game? Have you guys played it? Definitely leave me a comment to let me know if you guys, if any of you have this game, because I definitely would like to know what you think of it. It got great reviews, and it definitely deserves them. I forget what the name of the creator was, but I want to say that he started working on this like on cell phones or something. He learned how to like emulate these games and make them run at faster frame rates, and he started working on this stuff. I guess Sega like actually was like so impressed that they were like, hey, you know, let's make this game. So they made this Sonic game. I think they had like I'm not sure, but I think they may have had a contest to see what team could make the best Sonic game, and this guy did it. I want to say his name was Whitehead or something. Could be wrong, but don't quote me on that. Oh, you gotta be kidding. Keep falling back to the same area here. Let's see, can I go down here? Ah, of course. But, alright guys, well that's enough gameplay of Sonic Mania. But this is a great game, and you guys should definitely check this out. I highly recommend this game, and let me know if you're going to be watching this silly Sonic movie. I'd really like to know about that, because I definitely am not going to the movies to see it. Even if my kids beg me, they are not going. But hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.